Okay, welcome back everyone to another special episode of Yoda's Hut. I'm Bill. I go by Yodaman on the boards, and once again I'm joined by Derek. Hey Derek, how's it going?
Doing pretty good.
Okay, so we have the second game of the final round of the Gamers Armory tournament that was held on September 17th, just a couple days ago. I am on the right. I am playing Scum in this game against Jeremy, who is playing a Jedi deck that turned out to be a little jankier than I thought. The Scum deck I used, as we mentioned in the previous episodes, was two Masterful Manipulation, two Heartless Tactics, then a bunch of one-ofs. I had one Jabba's Reach, one Slimiest Scheme, one Hunters, one Hutt's Menagerie, one Spice Trade, and one Out of the Mist. And Jeremy was playing a very janky Jedi deck that had a Smuggler's Pod thrown in, of all things. He had two Jedi Training, two Sacrifice at Endor, two Spark of Rebellion, one Flight of the Crow, one Hero's Trial, one Gardener's Secret, and one To Arms. Looks like we're flipping up stuff here. I had started with Slimiest Scheme, Heartless Tactics, and that Spice Trade. And Jeremy started with Spark of Rebellion, Sacrifice at Endor, and Jedi Training. So, what do you think of these decks that we've got going into this last round where I've got 12 points now? Jeremy's on 9. We were both on 9 starting, so I need to try to win this and then see if it'll come down to strength of schedule or win out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to wrap my head around his deck. Uh, Jedi training we haven't seen in a while. The Endor or Ewok pod where you get force for having three Ewoks, but that's his only Ewoks. Who's only got four in his deck.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it gives him the Funeral Pyre, which is a great card. And he's got stuff like the Jedi Mind Trick, but he doesn't even have Yoda. He's only got two heavy hitters, really. He's got one copy of Endor Luke and one copy of the Moldy Crow.
Yeah.
So, and then Moma, I guess you could call as a main, but unless he gets his Gardener Secret objective, he can't even play that one.
Right.
So, I'm not really sure what he's trying to do here.
Yeah, I wasn't either. So my turn, I played Zuckuss, then I played a payout and followed it up with Dengar and committed Dengar to take balance. He actually flipped a Rusan colonist with Spark, and then I think he just flipped one of those Sullustan weapon techs with another Spark. um,
Hmm.
so he got some pretty good things. He's got one of the Ewok hunters, so he play that and gets to draw a card. So he does have a lot of units to hit with Spark in this deck. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's clearly going for a swarm effect here, but I mean, like, look, he's got three units out there, and there's not a blast between them.
No, and I guess maybe To Arms can help with that because I guess you got Chewie's Blaster and Han's Blaster both give you blast if you get them
Yeah,
on units, but
but again, you got a lack of mains. I mean, what are you gonna do? Put Chewie's bowcaster or blaster on the Rusan colonist?
yeah, I don't know. And then there's a speeder bike. Now, that's interesting. He couldn't even take balance back unless he locks my Dengar down here. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. He doesn't have like any blasphemy. I guess if he got Kanan, he'd get a blast. Children of the Force blast.
Well, actually, he could take it because he's got Jedi training gives him one to the
Oh, that's
Force.
true. He could commit everybody and get win Force 4-3.
Yep.
so so let's see what happens here after, since he's played his speeder bike. And will he attack to try to lock some of my stuff down? I mean, he's got the tactics of speeder bike and the Ewok.
I think that's what he's doing now. Is he's sending the speeder bike at Dengar's objective?
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm probably trying to decide do I want to defend with Zuckuss or Dengar.
I'd probably do Zuckuss because he's got the focus token.
Yeah. Looks
Either
like I'm.
way, if you win Force, this bike dies. So, or
Yeah.
if you win Edge, I mean.
I guess I'm going in with Dengar, maybe sort of forcing him to have to focus both my units if he wins Edge, or risk me just shooting the speeder bike or having Zuckuss on defense. Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Eh. Hey, I think I would have gone with Zuckuss.
Looks like I passed. I think
Yeah.
Jeremy's like, okay, you passed. I must have liked my cards. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, he's gonna double focus Zuckuss, and now like I made a mistake there without a doubt.
Yeah,
Because
because
now,
now if you got Forlom, for example, you won't be able to pair with Zuckuss in the
yeah,
strike. And now he's going to send the other guy and put another focus token out there. Yeah, see, if you'd have blocked with Zuckuss in one, and then you could have focused the Hunter, and you still would have had Dengar, you'd have kept Force.
yeah, that was just dumb.
Now he doesn't even have to commit to take Force. Although he
Yeah,
might do it with the Rusan anyway, just for future edge.
I'm wondering why I did that. That just seemed like such an odd play. So now Dial's at 2. I might have been better off just letting him swing and not worrying about it.
Yeah.
Because he really only had one other tactics there.
Yeah, he basically sacrificed his one guy to lock down
Right,
both your guys because of that.
right. Yeah. But that's his only speeder bike, so he just lost a decent amount of tactics now.
Yeah.
And I've still got the 5 resources thanks to Spice Trade. He did get a damage on Slimy Scheme. I guess I could always bounce something with Slimy Scheme. Maybe that's what I was thinking. And I am going to put the fortified holding cells on Heartless Tactics. There we go.
Yeah, that's the
Resource
best place to put it.
and also some extra protection.
I'd definitely love to protect Slimy Scheme too. I see all kinds of Snuva bait over there.
Yeah, there is.
Especially now.
There's Balsh. There's a spider. Wow, a spider. Okay. I think I'm trying to decide, do I even want to attack? Because if I attack here, unless I lock down the Rusan with Balsh, I'm not going to get balance back, and then I'd have to commit the spider to do it. I may not want to commit anybody. I might actually let him keep balance here.
You'd have to commit them both because he's got the location, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
You keep forgetting the location.
Yeah, I'd need to commit them both either way. Unless I lock down the Rusan with Balsh.
Yeah, but you'd have to do Bosch to do that, and then you need to commit the spider anyway.
Yeah. So it looks
that's
like
that's what we're trying to do is avoid committing the spider here.
Yeah, he hit another Ewok hunter with Spark. Got to draw a card. And I guess I'm gonna. It looks like I'm committing. Okay, interesting. And I did take balance back with it at 2. I got Balsh and Spider on the force now. I left a resource open. Kind of makes me wonder what I left there.
I kind of wonder if you left the resource, why didn't you leave Slimy a scheme?
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty silly.
The only reason you wouldn't have is if you were worried about that getting blown up.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that's happening.
Unless I thought I might.
You probably should have left that.
Maybe I was thinking about playing something else and then decided not to. So, yeah, I think, like I said, just looking at this deck list, Jeremy's got this deck that doesn't have much blast, and I think that's not usually a good thing on light side. Yeah, I guess maybe if you'd had 2 crows, even though you get all those extra Rusans. So.
Well, I think he's really dependent on the Crow and Han, or not Han, but Luke, and he's only got those 2. He's got nothing besides that to do any real damage. You get tons of guys out there, but unless he's really going to do it all by keeping force and plinking away with that.
Yeah, I mean maybe that's his strategy here. I do remember
but if that's your strategy, how do you not play Yoda?
Right, exactly. That just seems weird. Unless he had him in another deck and didn't want to take him out like you sometimes do, right?
Yeah, but when it comes tournament time, I'll take it out of that deck for a little while. I can always put it back.
So he just played Kanan. I guess he could get force back if he commits Kanan here. He'd have 5 to my 4.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he swing with one of the Ewoks anyway.
Well, he's got edge 1 because of the Rusan.
Right.
I mean, you might as well. He wants to lock that spider down. Now that you committed it, it's also got one of your force cards locked away.
Yep, sure does.
So it's a matter of whether or not he can win edge. I think his deck doesn't have a lot of edge pips either.
It wouldn't seem like it would. I don't think Jedi Training has a lot, and Sacrifice of Endor doesn't. I guess Spark does.
The one thing he might have is if he attacks with an Ewok and you block with Bosch, for example, and he uses Jedi mind trick
Right. All
and
right. So I'm gonna.
focuses him, and then uses the Ewok to focus the spider.
Yeah. So he decided to just take balance back with Kanan. That's kind of risky against the Scum deck.
Well, the thing is, if you can get things captured under each location, you're not going to care about balance because you can prevent the one damage it
Right.
does.
Yep.
Right
Exactly.
now, he can't even hit Dengar's location with it, but I think
Yeah.
he'd go after Slimy anyway.
Right. So looks like I'm just drawing up here. I discarded something.
It
I like
looks
my
like
board state
it
here.
looks
That's for
like he.
sure.
Oh, I think he discarded the change location thing from Sizor's set.
Yeah, well, at this point, I didn't realize he didn't have Yoda, so I was probably worried. I don't want to flip up Yoda's. May the force be with you here. So, got a
Well,
resource that
yeah,
helps.
he might wake up an Ewok hunter.
Yeah, and I'm gonna capture probably Kanan, I would think.
Yeah. I think I might actually use that to bury Spark.
Yeah. Well, I
The
said at this point, I didn't realize what he had. That
Right,
I didn't have
but
to
he's
worry about
already
anything.
had a couple of his force cards are already out there too.
Yeah,
So
that's
may
true.
the force loses value when those are
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
spent.
I just got rid of one of the source cards thanks to Kanan, and there I played a Palace security guard, so I'm gonna take the damage off Slimy scheme.
I love it. And then you can also bounce him with Slimy and do
Right,
that.
and do it again if I need
So
to.
if he's planning on doing one damage a turn here, he is not going to accomplish anything.
No, this is certainly not your standard Jedi deck that Jeremy's got going on. It's again, I give Jeremy credit. He always seems to try some wacky things. A lot of times he will get them to work, but this one seems a little bit more unlikely to work. Although he did sweep his second round match, which meant he won a game with this deck. First round he had split dark side with the person he played, so
Mm-hmm.
that's how we.
I wish I could have seen that match.
Yeah, I wish I could have too.
See
When,
how he did it.
and it was against Justin, so if Justin would have switched with me and played under the camera since he was in first after round one, we might have seen it. But you got my round two matches instead, so
Yeah.
I'm seeing how my decks fare.
I think he's got his crow.
Yeah, he doesn't. Another thing I remember when I saw his list at the end was he really didn't have resources in this deck at all. I mean, the
No,
only resource he has is Crow, that's a regular one. Then he's got one Heroes, or one I Am a Jedi, and he had the
yeah.
Kanans, but I just captured Kanan, so he lost that. Now, granted, everything's pretty cheap, but still, he
Yeah.
just played Chewie's Bowcaster on one of the Ewok hunters.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's like, what's a good target for a weapon? You
Right.
know, there just isn't any. It's a deck of chuds.
Yeah.
Which you can get a bunch of guys on the table with Spark, but if all they got is unit damage, you could care less. You just let them swing.
Right. Now, he did get to draw a card when he played Chewie's Saber because of the Stelliston tech, so.
Yeah.
So he's certainly, it helps him have card draw in this deck, that's for sure. Between those Ewoks and the Sullisons with the stuff, but yeah, why Yoda isn't in here, I don't know. Seems like Yoda instead of Jedi training might have been a better option.
Well, he's clearly after Force. But
Yeah.
even instead of Yoda, the weapon pod I can't see in there, especially with only one Luke. Yeah, I don't even know what he's hoping to use it for.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so he's probably sitting there thinking about how the only one he could even get more damage in is Spice Trade.
Yep.
Although he does have the blast with the Children of the Force now and Chewie's Saber on the Ewok Hunter.
Yeah, but now you've got Dengar with 2 tactics.
That
Or
is
4
true.
guns or whatever. However you want to do it.
Yeah, Dengar's got some icons. I'm probably defending with him too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So, yeah, he's got to win edge and tactics down Dengar here, or Dengar's going to lock him down.
Right, so he has Edge 1 because of the Rusan.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't have CD Cantina out and missed out to make this contested Edge battles like we had our, the ruling issue in our first game of this last round match here. So I put one in. I guess I'm trying to decide how many more I might want to put in. Thinking about, does he have seeds? What did I have? I might add a Princess Scheme here. I'm trying to steal something.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
I went and put a second one in. Huh.
Oh, you never know. You could still be. You haven't seen anything big from him, and he has no resources. He
Yeah.
may, for all you know, he's putting Obi-Wan in there because he doesn't have any
Right, exactly.
resources.
So
So
he had, looks like he had 5, and I had 6. I discarded Show of Force, or Edge Show of Force and Chain Reaction.
yeah,
I was probably trying to hang on to Chain Reaction, but I didn't want to risk it. I figured 6 might be enough.
yeah. Chain reaction's so good.
Yeah. So I'll
Yeah,
probably just shoot the
Dengar's gonna.
Ewok with his
Yeah,
regular guns.
yeah, and then you got 2 tactics to throw out there.
Right, I'll tactics. I think the other Ewok guns has got tactics. And probably the Children of the Force since it has blast.
Yeah, well, it depends if you care. I mean,
Yeah.
he's only got 1 or 2 cards left anyway.
Yeah.
You might just tactics the Rusan
Yeah.
just because of the Force. Although I think you're gonna take it anyway. You've still got 4 on the Force, so
Yeah. He could. Well, he could get back to. Yeah, he could get to 4.
yeah.
He hit with Spark and got another Rusan. Well, he probably wants to commit that
Eh,
other Rusan no matter what to give him the edge bonuses. But
yeah. Yeah, the problem is he just can't do damage. Dengar's objective is making it impossible for him to win because he
yeah,
can't do
without
more than
Crow
1
or
damage
something
at a
like
time.
that. Yeah. Without having Crow or Luke, it's just not going to happen. So he did commit the other Rusan, even though I'm going to keep balance. The dial will go to 5,
Hmm.
but now he's got edge 2 in any engagement, and all my guys have freed up, so I'm happy about that.
I think he's just setting up for the Crow to go in and do its thing.
Yeah,
Problem is, even if he pulls it off, he's going to get 1 shot with it, and then you're going to dump like 6 tactics on him, and
yeah.
we'll never see him again.
I got another spider, Underground Entertainment. Dial's at 5. It might be worth me swinging in here a little bit with these spiders. Try to do some damage. Set it up to maybe be able to win on my next turn. There's Snuva. What am I going to capture? He didn't even really have anything worth capturing looking at. But
Yeah, that's the thing.
I guess
Like, there's
probably a
nothing you
Rusan.
want.
Probably a Rusan to take the edge bonus away.
Or you just take the children because it's his only blast.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Ewok. Trigger Bausch to the dial, go to 6.
Well, he actually gets to draw a card from that.
Yeah. But I guess I took away his tactics there.
You
And
might have actually put it under Spice Trade just because of the way his deck is. He might not be able to get it back.
Yeah, maybe I should have done that.
Because that would have given Dengar a 3rd icon also.
I'm
And
gonna,
even if he does pull it off, it's not like he's getting something special back.
Yep. And I'm swinging here with Snuva. There's no way unless he's, well, I guess he does have a heat because he has the Hero's Trial, but I'm probably thinking his units don't really scare me too much.
No, well, Snoova's done his thing. Actually, no. You got Bosch in there. You got Slimy Scheme. You can do the bouncing Snoova
Yes, I can.
coming up here. So
Yeah, and if I'd had more resources then, I probably would. So he just hit with Smart and got a Jedi in hiding. So there's 2
yeah,
guns and a White Blast. That might, I think I changed it and went with the Spider, it looks like.
yeah. I think now you just plan on every turn bounce Snoova playing because it's
Yeah.
gonna move the dial 1.
So I hit, yeah, because he's gotten the neutral units out there. So I hit Spark for 3. I might be sending the other Spider in.
Yeah.
Making use of him because he can't kill the spiders.
Yeah, but now you're giving him a chance to get Force back.
Yep, so I did. I shot Jedi Training with the other spider. I'm thinking about Snuva. I'm probably thinking about Snuva because if I lose Edge, I'll just bounce Snuva now. Because
Yeah.
I left Slimy Scheme open.
Yeah, unless he double heats you, which he can't do, but you don't
Yeah.
know that at this
Right.
point. He's not going to kill Snuva.
I think he'd block with the Jedi in hiding. Oh yeah, he can't really block with the Jedi in hiding there because I can bounce it out with Underground Entertainment and kill it.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm pretty safe to go with Snoovy here because of that. Feeling blocks with one. He's blocking with the tech. I'm letting him get the damage in. And I'm shooting back for one and getting one on the objective. So, because I didn't really care that Sneva had a damage on him.
Mm-hmm.
My spiders are going to be out, but they've done their job. They've both got 3 damage in thanks to unopposed. And I've still got 3 resources left. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Slimy a scheme was probably intentional, but... And he's looking at the top card with the Children of the Force, I guess, to see if he could spark. His deck really just doesn't have any oomph to it.
No.
I really am wondering how he won that game in the second round with his deck.
My guess is he had like Funeral Pyre out there, and maybe he got the Crow and a well-timed Jedi Mind Trick, and he just got 1 or 2 big hits.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I guess he was playing Justin's deck, which I think was a Sith Spawn deck, so that might have helped. That deck doesn't have a lot of blast, from what I remember. So there is Funeral Pyre.
Well, you can use that to lock down Dengar.
Yeah.
At will, but
there is a Junk Dealers.
yeah.
He's looking to see if there's anything worth getting back from discard that he could even pay for. I don't know what might be in there.
The crossbow.
Yeah.
Chewie's crossbow.
That's true. That costs 2 though, so he couldn't pay for it.
Right. You could it's just something he could retrieve, so.
Yeah. Well, don't you have to pay for it to put it into play?
Right. No, I mean he's just looking for
yeah.
so he could do it.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything that he could actually get now.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's one thing he could be trying to do with this. The reason he's got Gardener's Secret in there is he's got a bunch of worthless units, and he just wants to keep putting Han and Chewie's weapon on them to get blast that way.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he had Gardener's Secret out in that other game too, so that probably helped him keep force and stuff. So I'm not sure what he's attacking with here.
Well, he moved those 3 in the back, so that's what it looked like. I think they all had blast. The glare's kind of getting there. I forgot what the farthest one over is.
The Jedi in hiding.
The one towards the center. Yeah, Jedi in hiding.
Yeah, which I can just kill that.
Yeah, he's got 3 units with blast right now.
Yep, so I'm blocking with...
And he does have Funeral Pyre.
I think I'm blocking
with
just Dengar. So I probably should have blocked with Zuckuss too.
Yeah. So if he has a heat, well, he didn't send anything with tactics. Although if he has a Jedi Mind Trick,
yeah, that could be bad. He's got a free resource open. He might have one of those.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is I can avoid the guns from that Jedi in hiding. I'm gonna sack it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing you can do is if he does, worst case scenario, if he does tactics down Dengar, you can bounce him with Scheme.
Right. But I don't think he's really going to get Dengar down. So I killed the Jedi in hiding with Underground Entertainment. I think we must have both passed on Edge. I mean, he had Edge 2 anyway, and I might have just decided not to put anything in.
Yeah.
Turning my spiders sideways so I remember they don't refresh. Sort of just a reminder to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Guess he's trying to decide does he want to use Funeral Pyre now to lock down Dengar. So he's sacrificing the weapons tech to focus Dengar. Dengar is going to take a couple guns now because of this.
Yep. And he's going to get 3 damage to the objective, of which 2 should go through.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think he only got 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't even use...
You forgot to prevent?
Yeah, it doesn't look like I prevented. I don't know why I wouldn't have. Maybe I was thinking he might attack again, so I was saving it. Yeah, I didn't prevent that. So Dial's going to go to 7.
Attack again with his 2 Rusans?
Yeah. He's still got a resource open. I'm going to clear everybody off except the spiders. I didn't bounce anything.
Yeah, you should have bounced Snuva when it was still his turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Maybe I have a bunch of blasts in my hand and I want to play out, so I didn't want to spend the 4 to bounce Snuba and put him back in.
Well, it would only be 3 because you would have done it on his
Yeah,
turn.
sure, yeah. It only been 3, but then I would only have, 4 resources left, so.
Yeah, well, you've already got Snuva can take out Spark if he attacks.
Yep.
Dengar
Oh, there.
can probably get something.
I got Zizor.
And that would have moved the dial also.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess 7 or 8 is the same difference as far as I need to blow up all 3.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
next turn, if you
right.
do it again.
Yeah, I might be trying to set up here to see if I can just win this turn. I might have enough blast on the board.
I can. How much damage is on each of the? I can see 3 on Spark. It looks like 1 on the middle one. What's on the bottom?
3's on, yeah, 3 on Jedi training.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I theoretically have enough blast on the board. I mean, all he's got is the Rusans, and now I'm sending Zizor in after something, so that's probably, I don't know if he's trying to spark or not.
Well, he's got the Jedi mind tricks too, and he's got Funeral Pyre, so you can't really expect to get through. Oh no, Funeral Pyre is spent.
Yeah, so I hit Jedi training. I'm going to capture something with Zizor. I'm putting it under Space Trade now to give Dengar the extra
Yep.
thing. Oh, I think he's scooping. Okay, yeah. I still
Yeah,
had
it
it
looks like.
captured. I had a Spice Blitz in case he Jedi mind tricked or something, I guess. I
Yeah.
was I pretty much dominated that game. I mean, his deck just was not a good matchup
I
for this.
yeah, it didn't do what he wanted it to do clearly.
Yeah,
Um,
my deck did.
yeah, your Scum's pretty straightforward nowadays. There's just so many good pods for them. So
Right, right. So, yeah. So that was the second game there of the last round. So I ended up sweeping Jeremy. It gave me 15 points. He was on 9, and then I found out after we were done that Scott, who had been tied with us on 9, actually ended up splitting his last round. So I won the tournament with 15 points. Scott is Derek Gray on the boards. Came in second with 12. Then there was a 3-way tie for third with Jeremy, Nathan, who I played in the second round, and somebody else. I think it was a guy named Chris. And then there was or actually it wasn't Chris. It was Jay. Sorry, it was a guy named Jay who split with Scott. And then there was a couple people on 7, including Justin. They timed out in the last game, and then the one guy just had 3 that came from Charlotte. So it's a pretty good turnout there for the tournament. I mean, we had 8 people there, so we got to play 3 rounds of Swiss. Lots of different decks. Personally on light side, I played first game I played the Mono Navy deck that Scott had. And the second game I played the Mono Sith deck, and then the third game I played the Mono Scum deck. So I saw everything, and certainly the Jedi deck Jeremy just played wasn't like the Jedi deck that Nathan played against me the second round, and I saw that Rebel deck with Ewoks in it in the first round. So anyways, it was a good tournament. It was fun to play with people and get that, and happy to get my wins with my dark side going undefeated and my light side smugglers going 2-1. Not too bad of a showing. So
it's always fun to play tournaments, especially when you're not playing with your regulars you have. I
right.
remember our last regional at my local store where we had we had I think 12 people, and 6 of them, or maybe even 7 of them, I'd never seen before.
Oh wow.
So it was everybody had completely new. You get new decks, new takes on things, and as opposed to the people you always play with, because then there ends up being a mutual consensus where certain decks always dominate, within the certain play meta, and you don't necessarily run into the same things that other people are doing.
Yeah. It was definitely fun to see what the other people came up with, and I said it was thanks to the guys from Charlotte. I mean, that was like a 2.5 hour trip that they had just posted on the Facebook page after really after we had the last tournament and I had posted some of those games, and they said, how often do we play? And they said they were
Hmm.
interested in coming up, and the store owner said, oh, I'll organize a tournament. And they kind of coordinated a day where the Charlotte guys could come up, and we had, 4 Gamers Armors regular plus me, because I live about an hour from there, although it's sort of my home store, even though it's an hour away. And so
Yeah.
it was a good turnout. A little bit we were worried that maybe we'd get more than 8, and then we're gonna have to figure out what to do because we didn't want to be there all night. But definitely a lot of fun there. I think on the overall day, and I'll have to post the stats up. Darkside definitely was like more dominant. I think the first round, like I said, there was a one sweep and then 3 Darkside splits, and then the second round there was a couple sweeps and a dark side split and a light side split, and then the last round there were, I think, a couple sweeps and a dark side split and one dark side win, and the second game went to time. So I think dark side won about 2/3 of the games that were played there. So
Yeah, there's good light stuff out there, but overall, I think Dark is definitely much stronger right now.
yeah,
All three of their factions can play good mono decks. Jedi's been strong for a long time. They're never going to be weak, but they haven't really had like a huge boost like some of the other Dark factions have more
right.
recently.
All right. Well, you got any final thoughts before we wrap it up from this Gamers Armory tournament that I was fortunate enough to get the win against a good field there?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. We were again. I was a little surprised by the light deck there in the last game. Your deck, like I said, is only 1 pod difference from my deck, so I'm pretty used to, seeing how that one plays and how it works, and it pretty much did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
I think that was the first time I saw Zizor all day, if I remember right. Was when I played him at the end there. I hadn't seen him all day, and I never drew Duel all day either. So
yeah, see, you did it without some of your MVPs there.
yeah, I did. I got Dengar most games, so that helped, and then
Yeah.
just some of that stuff. All right. Well, thanks as always for joining me for commentary. Derek, I want to give out, one last shout out to thanks to Scott Blanton, who's the owner at Gamers Armory and Gamers Armory in general, for putting on the tournament and letting us come out there and play. They do a great job supporting the game still, and it's nice to have 8 people come out. And they usually do a tournament every month or two, so hopefully they'll keep that up, and we'll get there and support them. And if you're ever in that Raleigh, North Carolina area, come on out and see us there, because again, good group of guys, great stores, and a nice store. Everybody's like, it's got great bathrooms. I know that's always one of the things people talk about on the board. It used to be a CC's Pizza, so it's got nice bathrooms with lots of stalls in the men's and women's, and it's a very nice location store, and like I said, great owners, great support for the game. But thanks. You got any shout outs on your end, Derek, at all? Or
Uh, well, for my area,
yeah, wherever.
well, I'm in Beaverton, Oregon, which is about 15 minutes west of Portland.
Right.
So, and I don't have an hour commute. I have about a 5-minute walk to get to my store.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of that.
Which is Rainy Day Games, where we play. We've got a weekly league going every Thursday, and it's literally year round.
No.
So, like, one season ends and we start the next one. So.
Yeah.
I've been pretty much playing in that ever since the season or the game came out. So, and then they host the usual, store championships, regionals, whatever, when you can get them. So, yeah, it's a great store. It's very well run. I've known the owner for about 2 decades. So,
Oh, wow.
even before the store opened up.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a great place to play.
Yeah.
So, for anyone that comes out to the area, yeah, definitely recommend it.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I said, glad we're. Thank everybody who's been watching and supporting Yoda's Hut. I know I appreciate it. I appreciate Derek always helping me with commentary here, my regular co-commentator. And
hey, it's a blast.
Yeah.
I have fun doing it.
Yeah. So thanks as always, Derek. Appreciate it.
Anytime.